Got the whole world in your hands. Hello, here's Bharat again, and from Palmistry Unplugged. And today we're going to speak a little bit about knots in the hand, and then we'll get into the subject of fingerprints. So knots are on the finger are these bulges that you can feel in certain people that are usually on the joints. You could feel it like on this joint here on top, and you can also feel it here. Now, knots have a specific meaning in palmistry. They mean the mind. It means when energy comes through the finger, that it's filtered first through the mind. And because of this, it slows down the energy, and it's not as spontaneous. So a person with a lot of knots on the hand, which is actually not so common to see, these people will be slow moving, they'll be slow in their decisions, there'll be energy. We tend to get stuck in the body because there's always a resistance to go through the fingers because of the knot. And these people very often have health issues and can be quite commonly hypochondriacs. But slow decision is the main point here, that they're just slow in life. I don't meet many people with a lot of knots. So what I do see in my readings with clients is they'll have it like on the mercury finger, on the sun finger, or something like that. Very often I'm seeing it on the mercury finger, the communication finger. And when people have a knot on the mercury finger, this means it's slowing down the energy of relationship. It's bringing mind into it. And mind means cleverness, mind means manipulation. So the person is manipulating on some level, whether for a good reason or for a bad reason, they're manipulating the relationship. And because of this, very often they'll start a relationship in a very juicy way, great sex or whatever, and then at some point, boop, things go dough, and it's because it's going through the mind. They're losing the energy. It's getting dissipated, So with these type of people, I tell you have to be a little bit more spontaneous because if the energy is going through the mind, the people are not spontaneous. So I advise them to be more spontaneous. And, if they want their relationship to remain juicy, this is what they have to do. So, to sum up here, knots mean the mind. When you see them, it means that the energy is being slowed down, is being filtered. There's cleverness comes to the mouth, or comes to the finger. And then when somebody has a lot of knots in the hand, they're more slow-moving, slow decisions, and usually have health issues. Okay? So that's knots. Now we'll come to a very interesting subject, which is fingerprints. And the way I got into fingerprints was actually not through studying palmistry, but one day, I don't know how many ages ago, I was in Santa Fe, New Mexico, and I was in a bookstore there. I think it was called The Ark, actually. And I was looking through one of these channeling books, and I come to this chapter of evolution of fingerprints. And in this chapter, they're talking about the evolutionary significance of each type of fingerprints. And to me, it really hit home. And subsequently, through my readings and seeing and watching and talking and exploring the subject, I saw how accurate it is and how accurate it is, the different fingerprints and what they mean. Okay, so there are 4 basic types of fingerprints, even though it is well commonly known that every fingerprint is unique and the police department, it takes your fingerprint. There's still only 4 basic types of fingerprints, and that's the arch, that's the loop, that's the composite, and then the whorl. Now, in terms of evolution, the arch is the most simple and the whorl is the most evolved. So we will be talking about that. In this video, I'll just talk about the arch and the loop. Now the arch, the simple arch, as you can see in my diagrams there, it's just a slight rising. And when you see an arch fingerprint, you're knowing that there's been not enough development in that person on that level. Let's say if you have a simple arch in the Jupiter finger, so there hasn't been enough developed with social skills, how you're presenting yourself to the world, which is what Jupiter is about. So people that have that on the Jupiter finger, they need to learn social skills. And I would be in a reading promoting that, suggesting that, go and learn, go to school, go there, go here, learn, get some skills. Because it's more if they get in trouble with their social skills, it's more about lack of development rather than something is intrinsically wrong with them, So, and I don't normally see like simple arch fingerprints in every hand or every finger. Usually it's in the Jupiter finger and maybe one or two others. Generally, for some reason, seeing mostly the Jupiter finger. So that's the meaning of the simple arch, the need for more development. And now there's another type of arch. It does go into what is called a tented arch. And that's where it's higher rising like that, like a bell curve like that. So there, with somebody with a tented arch, they're more developed than the simple arch. Some development has happened, but there's still arch, so there's still simple evolution. But the thing about the people with tented arch is they're usually outgoing, enthusiastic types. And I found that to be almost true in every case. So that's the thing about tented arch. So the development is still needed in those regards. Now we come to the loop. Now most people have loops. And that you'll see is like a pattern, a fingerprint pattern that loops. Either loops to the left or loops to the right. And most people have loop fingerprints. You can read in other palmistry books, so they try to associate a lot of different characteristics with the loop fingerprint. But I haven't been able to do that. What I do notice and what I can confirm about loop fingerprints is that they denote average normal intelligence. There is some development there. Intelligence is there. Intuition can be there. But it's on the normal range. There's nothing exceptional about it, but good to have. Actually, there's nothing wrong with having loop fingerprints. So, but I haven't, gotten into the loop. This loop means this, and that loop means that. Because when I do see that in hands, I look at other factors that can be associated with, let's say, being autistic. So I don't find that with the loops. I do find that they are normal, average intelligence. Okay, so but they're it's interesting. So now I'm going to end it here, and I'm going to come back on the next video talking about the composite and then the whirl, which is very interesting. The whirl fingerprint. So this is Bharat from Palmistry Unplugged. You can download my book or buy my book, and actually now I'm coming out with a new 3rd edition, which is just because my knowledge increases as I go along, and I have different insights. New insights, So there you can also follow me, and also you can sign up for a palmistry reading on the internet if you feel like interested. And if you have any questions about palmistry on a general, like a knowledge way, I'm available for that. Please don't. I'm not into. I have a headline. This type of headline. What does it mean? But if you want general knowledge about palmistry, I am available for that. Okay, so again, this is Bharat from Palmistry Unplugged, and I'll see you soon. Got the whole world in your